Great. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to guide you through sunrise stretch. We will practice together for 25 minutes. So just a reminder to listen to your body. If any stretches are not working for you, you can always skip them, come on out and modify. And things that you'll need today, sometimes I like having a blanket close by and a yoga block close by, just in case I need to support my body through the through the practice. It's there for me. So if you have them, that's great. And if not, no biggie, we can just work around those. So let's just start in standing today. We can have our feet a little bit wider than the hips or in line with the hips. Take a deep full breath in. We're going to take our hands up to the sky. Just take your index and your thumb to touch, and then gently relax your hands down as you exhale. Full breath in. Let's rise on up and release. And let's go 3 more times here. Good. And then let's continue to move with the breath here, but this time let's take a bend into the knees. So inhale, reach and stretch up. Then just gently lower down through those knees, reach and stretch up. Great. Let's take a breath in here. We're going to take those hands to the sky and gently relax your right hand down your back and let your left hand draw you into a shoulder release. Try to relax your shoulders away from your ears and try to create a little bit of space between the ears and the shoulders. Full breath in. Let's bring those hands up and left hand lowers, right hand draws you in. And try to feel that your spine is straight. We just don't want to be rounding our back too much. Let's take those hands up, breathe in, relax your hands out to the side, so arms out into a T position. Take your right hand off towards your left, let your left arm bend, and then left arm will draw you into a shoulder release. Try to relax your right ear from the right shoulder. Sometimes that shoulder will creep up towards the ear. Take your hands out to the sides, full breath in, left hand to the right, and then right arm draws you into that release. Again, left shoulder relaxes. Inhale and exhale. Good. Let's release that. We'll take our hands onto our shoulders. Let your elbows float forward. Draw them up, back, and down. Full breath in. Let's rise up and release. And let's go 3 more times here. So we'll just take this nice little flow to release the shoulders. Great. Let's gently relax our hands down, hands behind the body. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch. Maybe imagine that you could squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades. We'll take a full breath here to lengthen. Fold yourself down as you exhale. Arms can be along your back, and you can also release your arms away from your back body. Try to relax the fronts of your shoulders and just noticing if that helps you move a little bit deeper into the shoulder stretch. Relaxing your hands onto your low back. Let's put those hands down to the mat, and we're going to land in a forward fold. Shake it out in your folds. So it may feel nice to bend one knee and bend the other knee. Relax your head yes, and relax your head no. So this is where that yoga block will be super helpful if the ground is feeling far away from you. Let's take ourselves to stillness here. Hands to the right side, stretch. Ground evenly through both of your feet, inside and outside of each foot. Take it back to center. Let's take the hands to the other side. Reaching and stretching from your waist. Lengthen your side body, the arm, and the fingertips. Let's bring ourselves back onto the center to fold. Take a half lift here. You can bring your hands to your shins, lift your spine, and lengthen your spine. Plant your hands. Let's float our right foot back. Right knee lowers down onto the ground. And begin to bend and straighten your front leg. So we will work a little bit with a flow for our legs. So we are just bending into that knee and then straightening out that knee. And this will be a wonderful stretching flow for your low back, for the backs of your legs. And take a moment here, begin to straighten your front leg. Let's fold over. So we can just let our spine relax. Try to relax the back of your head and try to relax through the back of your neck. Bend into your left knee. We'll just begin to draw the hips forward and down, getting a nice hip flexor and so a stretch on the right side. Let's take ourselves into tabletop from here. So we'll just bring that left knee to meet our right knee. And lowering the stomach down, let's lift up through the heart. Tailbone will lower and crown of the head will lower. Flowing with your breath here. So we'll just flow through cat and dog stretch. So lowering the head, lowering the tailbone, and then lowering your stomach and just moving with your breath here. This is a wonderful stretch for your spine. So we create a little bit of a back bend and we create a bit of a rounding of the spine. And this is a great movement just for warming up those muscles, creating more flexibility. Bringing yourself into a neutral spine. Let's bring that right foot forward. So we're just going to take a nice big hop forward with that foot and begin to bend and straighten your front leg. So just like we were working on the other side a moment ago, just take a moment to notice how the stretch feels. Notice this side of your body compared to the first side of the body that we worked on. So it may feel very similar, it may feel very different, one side to the next side. And straighten, let's fold ourselves over. Let your spine relax. Try to relax the back of your head and relax through the back of your neck. Bending into your front knee, let's draw those hips forward and down for a moment. Try to be right on the upper part of your left knee. Inhale and exhale. Great. Let's take ourselves back on through into a tabletop and circle out your hips here. So maybe find large circles or find smaller circles. Just know that there's really no right and there's no wrong way to move. We just flow with our breath and we move in a pain-free range. And then circle in the other direction. And then coming into stillness here, let's press ourselves to a child's pose. We'll begin to either have your knees together or big toes touch knees apart. And let's drop our hips back to our heels and then let your heart lower down to the mat for a moment. And this is a wonderful stretch for your low back. Can be a great stretch for your hips. And then just feeling yourself melt into the stretch for a moment. Walk your hands to the right. So try to keep those sitting bones grounded, however they are. And then walk your hands to the right. Really reach and stretch from your waist. Lengthen your side body, arm, and fingertips. Coming back to center, let's realign here. We'll walk our hands off towards the left. And then reaching and stretching from the waist. Let's lengthen the side body, the arm, and the fingertips. Coming back on through to center. We'll reset back on through to a child's pose. Let's press up to a down dog. So for this one, toes will curl under. Sitting bones will reach to the sky. And let's shake it out a little bit here. So it may feel nice to bend one knee, to bend the other knee, and relax your head, yes, and relax your head, no. Try to feel really grounded here in the hands, feel really grounded in your feet. Toes to the hands. Let's bring it through back onto our forward folds. And shake it out in the fold. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Relax your head yes, and relax your head no. Coming to stillness here, let's bring ourselves to a half lift. Fold it down. Let's come on up. Full breath in. Sweep your hands up to the sky into prayer. Hands at your heart as you exhale. Let's bring our hands to the sky. Fingers will interlock and palms will press up. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Release your hands to the right. Feel grounded through both of your feet, inside and outside of each foot. Come back on through the center. Full breath here to lengthen. Let's release off towards the left. Try to feel grounded in both of your feet. Roll the left shoulder under a little bit. Right shoulder is rolling back slightly. And back to neutral. We'll release the hands behind the body. This time, let's take our right hand for our left elbow and then left hand for your right elbow. And maybe imagine that you could squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades. Try to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's begin to release the hands. Right hand begins to float out in front. Fingertips will point up. Left hand comes in. Draw your right fingertips back. Press out through the crease in the elbow. Press out through your palm. Full breath in. Full breath out. Relaxing your hand down. Let's press right into the top of that hand for a moment. This will be a nice opportunity to open up the wrist and the arm, or open up the muscles in the arm a little bit. And release. Let's float that left hand out in front, fingertips pointing up, and then draw your fingertips back. And let your hand relax. Let's press right into the top of the hands. Breathe in and breathe out. Palms come together. Fingers will interlock. Circle out through your wrists. Maybe find large circles and maybe find smaller circles here. And circle in the other direction. So we'll just reverse that movement. And let that go. Let's shake out our wrists a bit here. Bringing your hands up to the sky. Let's begin to circle our wrists. So maybe find large circles or small circles. And as you're circling, let your wrists gently float down to about the hips. So we're just going to lower them all the way down to the ground here. And then reverse your movement. We are going to float those wrists back on up to the sky. Good. Let's bring our hands out into a T position. Create fists and then reach and stretch out through your fingertips. Create your fists, maybe create some tension here, and then release. And 3 more times with the breath. Great. Let's bring our hands right out in front of us. Create fists and release the hands. Let your hands relax down, fists, and release. Good. And then let's shake it out a little bit. Try to shake out any tension that you're holding on to. Let's work a little bit with our neck. Great. Let's bring our right hand onto our right hip. Left hand reaches up and over. Reach for the right side of your head. Take a full breath here to lengthen. And then bring your left ear to your left shoulder as you exhale. And then trying not to move with force on this one, just nice gentle suggestion of the ear to the shoulder. And then releasing, let's bring that left hand to our left hip, right hand up and over. Full breath to lengthen, and right ear to right shoulder. Great. Let's do a reset. Right hand onto the right hip. Let's bring that left arm up and over. And this time, let's gaze to the underarm area. So we can just look to the underarm, and then we'll gently let our hand guide us into a little different neck stretch. And reset. We'll realign here. Relaxing your hand down, right hand up and over. Let's take a full breath here to lengthen, and then drawing your gaze to the underarm area on the right side. And release. Gently relax your hand down onto your hip, and let's circle out the head here. So maybe imagine that there was a clock in front of you, and you want to align your nose to the numbers of the clock, creating this nice, fluid, gentle rotation. Reverse, flow in the other direction. Good. Let's take it back to stillness here. Bringing your feet right in line with your hips. Bring your hands up to the sky. Full breath in. Fold yourself down to the mat. Give yourself a half lift here. Plant your hands and right foot back. Let's take ourselves to a runner's lunge and begin to bend and straighten your front leg. So building on the stretch we tried just a little while ago, if you wanted to make the stretch a little easier, you can lower your right knee down onto the ground for support. And if the ground is feeling very far away from you, you may want to bring your hands up onto blocks. Let's begin to straighten our front leg and just give yourself this moment to fold forward. Try to relax your head and try to relax through the back of the neck. Bending into your left knee, let's take our left hand to the sky as you exhale. And then with your in-breath, feel your spine lengthen. On your out-breath, let your twist deepen. Let's begin to relax our hand down. Right foot's gonna take a big step to the upper left edge of your mat. So landing in a fold with your legs crossed. Try to line your toes up, line your heels up, and then fold over the fronts of the legs as you exhale. Maybe draw your weight forward into your toes, send your weight back into your heels, shift your weight to the right or to the left. Let's unwrap our legs, float yourself back on through to a fold. Left foot floats back, runner's lunge. Begin to bend and straighten your front leg. So we all experience each pose really differently, just noticing in your body where you're feeling the stretch, what that feels like. Take a nice deep full in-breath and a nice deep full out-breath. Straighten your front leg. Let's fold it over and let your spine relax. And try to relax the back of your head as best as you can. So many times we hold tension in the head and the neck. Right knee bends, right hand to the sky and exhale. Take a twist. And then with your twist, feel that right shoulder rolling back, left shoulder rolling under. Inhale and exhale. Let's float our hand down. We're going to come on forward to a fold with our legs crossed. Left foot steps to the upper right edge of the mat. Line your toes up, line your heels up. Fold over the fronts of the legs as you exhale. And let's unwrap the legs, landing in a fold here. Shake it out. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Relax your head, yes. Relax your head, no. Let's take ourselves into plank. Let's try out a high push-up pose. As you find plank, knees can always lower. Moving into a boat pose from here. So let's take our reverse push-up down to the mat. Bring your arms alongside your body. Let your palms face down. Take a full breath in. Let's rise up. Legs lift, torso lifts, arms lift. And then lower yourself down to the mat. Full breath in. Let's rise up. Lifting up with a breath. And lower down to the mat. And rise. And we're just going to flow with our breath here. Good. Let's bring ourselves down to the mat. Take a breath here. Let's press on up into tabletop. From table, sweep your feet to the right or the left. We'll bring ourselves down to seated. And then as you come into seated, let's take the soles of the feet to touch. Knees will come away from one another. Insides of your feet roll from one another. Take a full breath here to lengthen. And let's fold ourselves down as you exhale. And to deepen your stretch, maybe walk your hands out in front of you a little bit more. You can also have your elbows pressing into the knees and just see if that will help you move a little deeper into your fold. And then flowing up through the spine, let's come on up one vertebrae at a time. Legs can extend out in front. We'll give them a bit of a shake out. Let's cross the legs. If that feels comfortable in your knees, you can always extend your legs out in front of you. Let's take a moment here. Relax your right hand down onto your mat. Left hand reaches up and over. Reach for the right side of your head. Take a full breath to lengthen. And then draw your left ear to your left shoulder. And not trying to move with force on this one, just nice gentle suggestion of the ear to the shoulder. Back on through to neutral. Let's realign here. Left hand lowers, right hand rises. Full breath and release. Notice if the stretch feels very similar on this side to the first side that we worked on. And let that one go. Let's lower that right hand down to the ground. We'll bring our left arm up and over, coming into a side stretch. Roll your left shoulder back, right shoulder under, and feel that the heart is shining up to the sky. And then back on through to neutral. Left hand lowers, right hand rises. Full breath in and full breath out. So try to breathe really, really deeply here. Almost imagine that you can create space between the ribs, expanding your lungs, expanding your ribs with each breath. Let's float ourselves up to neutral. We'll realign here. Let's bring our hands onto our shoulders. Let your elbows float forward. Let's take them up, back, and down. Full breath in, elbows up, back, and down. Let's go one more time here. Inhale and exhale. Great. Let's take our hands out in front. We're just going to walk them forward, coming into a gentle forward fold. Try to scan your body, noticing where you're holding tension. And then with each exhale, let that tension go. Let's put ourselves back on up to a neutral spine. Come on up one vertebrae at a time. 3 shoulder rolls here. Let's take our shoulders up, back, and down. Number 2, and let's take that a third time to just gently release the shoulders, release tension that you might be holding on to. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's really a pleasure to be here with you. I hope you feel a little bit better. I feel like I just had a full body massage, so that's always a great feeling. Have a wonderful day today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.